Hello, folks. Uh, it's a chilly day here in southeast Tennessee, windy too. What's a good thing to have on a day like that when you don't want to go outside? An old tube radio to work on and a cup of Black Rifle coffee. Always hits a spot. Um, this is a Courier 23 Plus. A friend of mine picked up for me. He found online a few weeks back, and I hooked it up on a Variac when I got it, and it wouldn't do anything, and I kind of set it off to the side. One thing about buying these old radios from other people is if they do modifications on them, you're not sure why they did them or, you know, the reason that they did them. These Sam's PhotoFact booklets are great when it comes to that. That they usually always cover 4, sometimes 5 radios. Of course, this one, the only radio that I have that's in this book is the Courier 23 Plus. However, I have a friend that could probably buy one of these, and he'd probably have about every radio that's in it. I talk to him regular. He's a local, but they're fantastic to have. They give you a good drawing of the schematic, a list of all the parts, where the parts are at. This radio, I gave it CPR yesterday and got a heartbeat back in it. It'll transmit, has good audio, but the receive is very, very low on it. I can key a radio up and it'll squeal back through it, and I can hear myself talk through the other radio back into it, but it's the receive is not amplified. Someone has made some changes. If I can get up here, probably see it better from the top. This tube socket right here, that's one of the 6GH8 tubes. It's B3. They have it wired different than the other radio that I have. I have another radio just like this one, a working radio. They have changed that, kind of crudely changed that tube socket. You turn it around, you can see it a little bit better. See, they've changed the socket, put screws and nuts on it. At least they did leave the excess screws sticking up at the top, not at the bottom. They've also seemed to have changed this 6CW4 tube, which is the receive mixer. I had no way to check that tube other than take one out of the other radio that I have, and it was a working radio, so I know it was good. I did resolder. They didn't have the ground soldered good on the top and the bottom. They'd left a wire off here. I resoldered it back on. Made some changes here and there, and got it transmit, but like I said, it has no receive. I'm gonna change this the wiring on this tube back to the original way. And they've also jumped the switch, and this is your standby switch. You have a one switch turns your high voltage on, and with this switch on standby, the high voltage to the tubes are still there, and you just turn this one off, and your high voltage will still be on your tubes. It won't you won't have to reheat the tubes. But they've put a jumper here, and I'm not sure why they did that, but like I said, that's some of the things you get into when you buy these old radios. People have made modifications to them, and without a schematic or a reason why. I mean, you can see where they've resorted some stuff here. They've also put a capacitor in right here that's not supposed to be there. So, but with one of these manuals, I mean, they're mighty handy to have, because it gives you the complete schematic of the radio, receive, and the and the transmit. See, this top section is it covers all your receive. You know, I'm assuming I pulled all these tubes out to begin with and tested them. All of them tested good. Sometimes that don't necessarily mean that one of them didn't develop a short in the power up stage at any time. So, you know, it would probably do me good to go back and recheck all those tubes for shorts on the receive side before I go any further. But you know, you can get these manuals are getting harder and harder to check. And you know what's really great about them is every resistor is numbered, and it shows you exactly where it's at in the radio. All you have to do is use that reference point and go back to the list of resistors in the back of the book, and it'll tell you exactly the ohms of that resistor and the wattage for it. So just want to do a little quick rundown on this radio and some of these manuals. You know, you can find copies of the original radio schematics and service manuals, but these are so much better because it gives you a whole lot more reference points. Shows you where every tube is. You can reference that to the back of it. Tells you what each tube does, what its purpose is. But anyway, just thought I'd do that. I'm gonna get on this. I think get this other radio up here and rewire that tube socket. Since we got its heart beating again, I'm gonna try to get its hearing fixed. So y'all have a good day. Shoe Shine Boys trying to put another one on shelf. I may have another video after a while. I got another radio coming. It's not a tube type radio, but it's a little 23 channel transistor radio that I bought. It's supposed to be here today, so I may do a short power up video on it. It's supposed to be a guaranteed, you know how that goes, working radio. These people don't know the folks that I won't say their names, but they don't know the people that hauls them around for 3 days all over the United States to get from Nashville to Chattanooga. Anyway, my rant's over for today. I'm going to enjoy my coffee and poke around this radio. Try not to get shocked. It's unplugged. But, y'all have a good day. Shoe Shine Boy. We out.